Tim Murtagh, we're back for another year. Thanks for joining us here at training. First and foremost, congratulations on signing another year in your contract.
Thank you. Yeah, it's sort of really happy that we got it sorted out. Loved sort of last year, the end of last year, that kind of push for promotion was, really enjoyable. So, yeah, happy to sign on for one more year. I've said one more year for about the last 10 years, but at some point it will be one more year. But yeah, we'll look forward to this season.
Tim, I don't think you're one of those players that keeps an eye on your own personal stats, but if I were to tell you you're only 15 wickets away from taking 1,000 wickets in all formats for Middlesex, that must be a nice target to have in mind for this year.
Yeah, I guess so. 15 would be nice to get through, but I've been here for so long now. It's kind of, I've really enjoyed my time, and as I say, I've said one more year for the last God knows how long, and my missus and family probably hope that it is the last year, but just enjoying where the side's going and sort of what we can try and achieve this season, going back into the first division again for the first time in a while. So I'm really excited about what that kind of holds.
I guess as those years tick by, more and more milestones get ticked off. One really important one ahead of you in first-class cricket. You look back at some legends that have played for this club, someone like Phil Tufnell. You're only 30 behind Tuffers, 30 this year, another target for you to achieve. What does it mean to you when you go past some of those greats of the club?
It's fantastic. It's not sort of something you really think about at the time, but to get told by yourself or whoever at the time, it's a nice cosy feeling at the back of your mind. It's obviously not why you play the game, and it's not what motivates me, but Tuffers was an absolute legend of the club, and I'm probably as mad as he is as well, so that will help. But I'll just keep trucking and keep plugging on as long as I can.
Well, so you mentioned the group that you're playing in. You're excited for where this squad could go. Obviously, your role this year for this extra year is slightly different. You're in a player coaching role. Last year we saw you step into that capacity kind of unofficially when working with those youngsters in the Royal London One Day Cup campaign. You'll be doing so again this year in all formats. How's that sit with you?
It's great. It's probably not sure what I've let myself in for, a few more hours and a few more days, but I think it's something, speaking to Jono as a senior player, you kind of naturally do anyway. But you're right, I sort of did it in the 50 over competition, really enjoyed it last year. I guess I'll get more of an idea whether that's something that excites me and I want to go into post playing, but we'll see. It's, as I said, the chance to kind of help the next generation of bowlers coming through is something that does excite me, and we've got some very talented youngsters. You look at, Helmi's not young anymore, but the way he kind of came through last year. Bam's had a tougher year, but a really good learning year. Everyone, there's a lot to be excited about from a coaching point of view, so there's plenty to work with, that is for sure.
I think all of those youngsters in the squad need somebody to look up to. When you look back all those years ago to you as a youngster, who was it in, I guess, the Surrey camp at the time, and then slightly after that in the Middlesex camp? Who was it you looked up to, and who did you take your advice from?
When I started at Surrey, it was someone like Martin Bicknell, who was, a similar kind of bowler to myself, quite skillful, not necessarily, the fastest of bowlers, but looked to work batters out with the moving ball. So he was someone I learned a lot from in those early years, and then I think coming here, guys like Alan Richardson, who's now cutting his cloth in the coaching world with Worcester, Chris Silverwood, who was here at the time, Jono was here my first year when I came. So some really good kind of senior bowlers to play alongside and learn from. So it's important. Toby does a great job for us, Roland Jones, at doing that with our bowlers in a kind of unofficial capacity, I suppose. So to have him and myself around, and then sort of obviously Jono with his expertise is something I'm really looking forward to.
I guess perhaps a little early in the day for you to give a definitive answer on this, but obviously you did a bit of media work last year. I think you were on Talk Sport for some of the Ireland stuff. Obviously you dabbled in coaching last year. Is this year going to be a kind of defining year into what comes next for Tim Murtagh? Because I guess that extra year on the playing contract will have to end at some point.
Yeah, I think so. It's kind of certainly my wife's been bugging me for the last 5 years, asking what my plan is post cricket, and kind of, oh, everything will be okay, it'll all work out. It's not really cutting its cloth anymore. But yeah, as I say, I think this year will give me a real good idea of how I enjoy, going the other side of the fence and helping out with the coaching. And obviously we'll kind of reassess halfway through the season and see what that looks like. So I think first and foremost I want to concentrate on those first couple of months of the year, the 4-day block. As much as the coaching stuff excites me, I still want to play, and I don't want to let myself down in that regard. So I want to make sure I'm fit enough and capable of taking some wickets and helping us win games.
One last word, Tim, on the coaching front. What are you hoping to be able to impart upon the young lads within our bowling group? Obviously you've got an enormous pedigree yourself. What kind of nuggets of wisdom, lasting impression are you hoping to leave on those boys?
I think it's just the sort of real life, stuff of bowling, the day-to-day tactics, planning. At the moment, technically, I don't know my stuff as well as Jono, so the guys can go to Jono and speak to the, about techniques, and that's something I'm learning more and more. But it's more around the game plans and more the sort of day-to-day actual, practice of bowling and sort of how your body feels and how you try and work guys out that, I feel that I could sort of offer more.
Thanks ever so much for your time. Wishing you all the very best of luck this year. Let's tick off those extra couple of milestones and good luck with the coaching.
Cheers, thank you.